Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Icarus in another audio only video because my animals will not leave me alone. Every time I start trying to record, Dory knocks over the tablet. So we're not dealing with that today. Luckily tomorrow I am purchasing a tripod, so we will be moving over to a proper camera that I kind of accidentally stole from my mother and may be older than I am. But that's tomorrow. Today is Sex Ed Day. And as usual, I found something completely random I wanted to talk about, and now you guys are suffering. Also, my usual disclaimer, this is meant to be a queer-friendly sex ed, including asexual and transgender identities. And today, I thought it would be fun to talk about pubic hair. We've talked about it a little bit before, but why not just dedicate an entire episode just to it? Like, why the fuck do humans have pubic hair? When you look at all the other mammals in the world, we're the only ones that have a completely different hair texture over our groin versus anything else. And there is a lot of talk about it, and there are a lot of theories about why we evolved to do this. And it all starts with the fact that when we became naked apes, we needed something to potentially signal sexual maturity, because unless something very weird is happening, you start developing pubic hair around, puberty. The other thought process is it kind of acted as a primitive trap where you would produce pheromones from your sexual organs, and the hair would trap it and signal to people that you were ready to mate. Other thought processes include the idea that it was sort of helping as a cushion against friction, that sort of thing. An interesting side fact, it seems like pubic lice, or crabs, are very closely related to the pubic lice that gorillas can get. Though it's not from fucking, it sounds like we may have gotten it from butchering and eating gorillas, and after the gorilla died, when humans were butchering them apart and all that stuff, the pubic lice would jump over to humans and eventually adapt it to us. Fast forward, people started removing their body hair for various reasons, from aesthetic and a little bit of thought about maybe it's cleaner to not have your pubic hair, that sort of thing. So pubic lice eventually kind of fell to the wayside. It's not as common now, and if you are having intimate relations with someone else, if at least one of you is shaved, it reduces the transmission of pubic lice. However, there is a side effect where it seems that pubic hair also kind of protect against certain infections, including stuff like STIs and urinary tract infections. Why is this? Well, think about how people tend to groom pubic hair. Very often, the most common way is through like trimmers or shaving, and shaving can cause micro tears that we aren't even aware of existing. It's very, very obvious when you have an actual cut, but shaving just generally, it's very sensitive skin down there. You can have tears you're not aware of because they are tiny, hence micro tears. And because of those micro tears, if you are being intimate with someone else, bodily fluids enter the bloodstream, that sort of thing. However, that's not like hard science. It is a theory, and not a scientific theory, but a hypothesis. So your mileage may vary. Now, for anyone, you can choose how you want your body hair to look. And pubic hair, depending on the type of underwear you wear or how you feel about retaining your scent, that sort of thing, you may want to trim it down. And like I said, the most common way is through shaving. What you want to do is, if you're choosing to bare it all, you want to use a sharp razor. You want to shave with the hair direction, and you want to make sure that your razor is clean the entire time, it's sharp the entire time, and use shaving gel because it will help with the irritation. Other common ways to maintain your hair, like if you don't want to shave it all off, clippers are pretty common. Don't share those clippers with anybody. You can buy a small set of clippers that are just for trimming up around there. You can also use scissors, but once again, you want to keep those as your dedicated grooming scissors and not share them with anyone else. You can also choose to do something like waxing or threading. You typically want to go to a professional salon, and it can expose your hair follicle to like boils or abscesses, but your best bet, go to a professional salon, and the salon should look like a professional tattoo artist where everything is very clean. You see that they use disposable stuff, the technician is wearing gloves, and they never double dip into the wax, that sort of thing. You can also use chemicals like Nair, though be careful because whether you have a vagina or a penis, you've got sensitive skin down there, and if you're using a chemical that breaks down the hair and then washes it away, you may experience irritation or even allergic reactions. You want to do a small patch test, probably on your inner thigh, before you move on to the more sensitive skin. And especially, you want to keep it away from the opening of your penis as well as your vaginal opening. You could, if you have the money, also do something like laser hair removal. This is something you may be familiar with if you, say, have looked into transitioning into a trans woman and you have facial hair you're not interested in, because laser hair removal will eventually cause the hair to kind of stop growing altogether. So again, that's another thing. You want to do your research wherever you go. Make sure that they know what they're doing, because you could have an issue with scars. And with any sort of hair shaving, you may end up with ingrown hairs. You see it as a little red bump, and what's happening is as the hair grows back, it is actually growing sideways into the skin instead of out into a curlicue. And the easiest way to take care of that is, for one, don't poke them with tweezers or anything else. Trying to pop it like a zit's going to do nothing but cause more irritation. Using things like a warm compress will kind of ease the swelling and irritation. And you can try using hydrocortisone cream and benzoyl peroxide to help with the swelling and prevent bacteria. And again, avoid using those products near any of your holes. But I thought I would do a quick one because pubic hair is fascinating to me. It is so different from the rest of our hair that we grow, be it on our top of our heads, our arms and legs, or even our armpit hair. And it's just, I don't know. It is a mystery to me, and I thought you guys might appreciate learning a little bit more about it, especially why we might have evolved to have pubic hair to begin with. And with all of that, I would say, if you like learning about random stuff, if you like hearing about trans issues, then keep on following me. I'm going to still be reading Whipping Girl and also talking about whatever the fuck I want. So thank you all so much for have 80 subscribers. This is super exciting. I hope my channel can continue to grow. Stay hydrated, stay healthy, take care of yourself, and don't do what I did and actually make sure you're taking your medication, because I thought I was, and apparently I was not, and that's why I've been insane the past few days. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.